All right, y'all. What's up? What's up? What's up? This is something new that I'm trying out. I've seen Ty Lopez, or I heard him do this the other day. So, it's just basically, me riding in my car, and just, speaking to y'all about, my thoughts, what's on my mind, and, give you guys some inspiration and motivation that'll help you out today and years to come. So, I was on my live earlier. I basically was talking about, the type of person you have to become. And so when you think about, who do you want to be? What does yourself look like on a maximum level? Think about what does that look like? What do you have to do? So let's say just like me, you know, when I first started my YouTube channel, which has now grown into a personal brand channel, and we'll get into that later. But when I had my fitness channel, I basically had to become a like a fitness influencer, a personal trainer. So what does a personal trainer look like? You have to be fit. What kind of clothes are you wearing? What's your style? It's good to emulate people, like I said in a past video. You know, emulate that person, but put your own twist on it. Never try to be the exact same as somebody else because somebody will be able to sniff that out in a split second. Like I said, sorry about the background noise. I'm riding in my car right now. I'm on my way home. So anyway, so whatever you're trying to be, if you want to be like the best entrepreneur in your niche, study. Like I said in my live earlier, my father-in-law, he told me, whatever you want to be, you have to look the part. He also told me, listen to Bloomberg, and I used to watch it. It's ironic. I used to watch this when I was little, and it used to come on, and I would just look at it, because there was all these stocks and numbers and stuff just going across the screen. But subconsciously, it kind of fed into me, and I was listening to like the language, people in the stock market out there on Wall Street and stuff like that. And so nowadays, I catch myself reading a lot of books, a lot of self-help books, motivational books, books about business. And so I have a goal within a year to reach 300,000 in a year. It may be a small goal to some, but to me, it's a very big goal. I think 300,000 would be great for my family. And it's not only about the money, but it's about the type of person you have to become. And you don't want to go at it by yourself. Of course, you have to have a mentor. Never be afraid to ask for help. So I know that I'm going to have to spend a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of education, have to do a lot of education to get to that point. People, think about the money, but they don't think about what goes into it, like the mindset you have to have, the diligence you have to have, the consistency you have to have. And that's one of the things that was holding me back here on my fitness channel. I didn't have the consistency. So I got down to my goal weight, which required consistency. And then when I got done, when I got down to my goal weight, just like most people, that diet over a period of time, maybe it's for a wedding or something like that. And, after that, you don't have to plan, so you revert back to the same lifestyle that you had before. So anyway, yeah, the mindset is basically the most important thing, as long as the visual aspect of it. What do you want to look like? When someone hired me for a job, and I'll give you a good example. there was a good friend of mine, and we done some networking together before, and he hired me to do this event for him. He asked me to come do some photography for him. And so when I showed up, I had on like a three-piece suit. You know why? Because I want to look professional. My dad, he was an entrepreneur. He owned the cleaners. Even though he owned the cleaners, you know, he had to put his best foot forward. You want to go above and beyond. So he wore a lot of suits. So me, what I do, I put on the suit, and when I showed up, there was a lot of compliments from everybody, especially, being African American, person of color, we don't always have the best, image out there. So I wanted to make sure that my image was on point. So I put on the suit, and I was received very well at that event. Got some compliments. So anyway, I do that a lot in my business. So you always want to make sure that your image is on point. Whatever field you choose, look your best self. Maximize your look. You know, especially if you're like a teenager. I don't know if there's any teenagers that watch this channel. Always make sure that you're well kept and well groomed. If you want to, pick up that chick or have her approach you. So yeah, I just wanted to get on here, man. Like I said, I'm just testing this out. Hopefully this goes well and it's received well. Give me some comments and feedback. And if you guys like this, I'll do more of them, man. Yeah, leave me a link down below. And as always, like I say at the end of every video, stay tuned, stay blessed, stay motivated, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.